Gage Permar here, crushbackpain.com. Today we're going to go over exercises and stretches that you want to avoid if you have a herniated disc. People oftentimes want to stretch if they have a herniated disc. That's the first thing they want to do. Their lower back is tight, they have some muscle spasm, and you want to stretch those out. And it's difficult because oftentimes stretching those muscles out will give you 15-20 minutes of relief. Your lower back feels better. So intuitively you say, hey, that felt better. I stretched for a couple minutes. It helped. I had less pain for 15 or 20 minutes. I need to do more. The problem is what you're really doing most of the time is actually exacerbating the herniated disc, making it worse, and at the very least, not allowing it to heal. And here's why. So you look at the lumbar spine, and here's looking at the lumbar spine from the side, back, front. So the lumbar spine, your lower back, a lot of the stretches that you see people doing when they have a herniated disc involve lumbar flexion, and that's when your spine rounds out. So you'll see a lot of people, doing different things like this to stretch out the back of their legs, their hamstrings to stretch out their lower back. They'll be doing things like this. You'll see people sitting on the ground doing this, things like that. You see a lot of people doing the knee to chest stuff, where they'll go back and forth, or they'll get it back here and they'll just hold it like this. All of these drills, all of these stretches and exercises basically just force the lumbar spine into more flexion. And when the lumbar spine flexes, it puts more pressure on the back part of the disc. So you've got the disc here in red, you've got the vertebrae here in white. This is looking at it from the side, the front. When you flex, you can see that back part of the disc bulges out. So even though these stretches, knees to chest, bending forward, doing stuff like this, even though that might make your lower back feel better for 15 or 20 minutes, you're actually making the herniated disc worse. The reason it makes the back feel better is because the stretch stimulates the muscles along either side of the spine, and the stretch feels good. You get that stretched feeling. It feels good. It reduces your pain. But as you know, it lasts 15-20 minutes, and then the pain comes back. The spasm comes back. So you're stretching the muscle. You're getting that feel good kind of pain relief, but you're not actually addressing the herniated disc. You're making it worse. So the symptoms come back, and then oftentimes they come back again and again and again, and can even get worse. So if you have a herniated disc, you want to avoid lumbar flexion. You want to avoid knees to chest stretches, bending forward, those sorts of positions. Also, just not even stretches, with exercises, any type of exercise where you're seated and it causes your lumbar spine to flex while you're doing the exercise. You want to avoid those too if you have an actively painful herniated disc. If you take those sorts of exercises, the sorts of stretches that we've gone over, if you take those off the table and quit doing them, you're going to notice less lower back pain within a week or so, and you're also going to allow the disc to start to heal instead of continuing to exacerbate the disc and maybe even making it herniate more and bulge more. So, take home message: avoid lumbar flexion oriented stretches and exercises if you have a herniated disc. All you have to remember, lumbar flexion is when the spine rounds out. It generally involves bending forward, involves being seated. Anything where you're flexing the spine forward, that makes herniated discs worse. Even though it makes the symptoms, it makes the pain less for a short period, 15 or 20 minutes, because you're stimulating those mechanoreceptors in the muscle. You're getting some of that low-level, short-term pain relief. You're doing nothing for the disc. You're actually probably making the bulge worse, or at the very least not allowing it to heal. So take those lumbar flexion, position-oriented stretches and exercises out of your program. Avoid those. Focus more on things that allow your lumbar spine to maintain that natural curve. It has this natural curve when you're in a standing position. You've got that lordosis. You want your lumbar spine here opposed to here. So do things that facilitate a neutral lumbar posture and avoid things that put you in more flexion. Another thing you can do is put your hands right back here around your pelvis. You can feel those two bumps right back here. You can put your hands back there, and you can lean back. That helps your lumbar spine extend. That's good for herniated disc. You can lie on your stomach and press up. Prone press up is a classic herniated disc exercise. You want to do things that take your spine into extension opposed to flexion. So quit doing knees to chest stretches. Quit stretching your hamstrings. Quit doing those stretches where you're bending forward and trying to stretch the muscles in your lower back, because you're only making the herniated disc worse. If this video helps you, leave me a thumbs up below and check back here weekly for proven methods to beat back pain permanently.